What's the Shacklz gang? This is Jaleel Shacklz, your advice guru, giving you relationship advice, general advice, and spreading love and positivity. In today's video, I just want to go ahead and talk about the things you need to know before you go to college. Maybe you already have an idea of where you want to be, what you want to do, or somebody said you should go to college. And it's like, okay, you end up joining college and you end up like me where I got a degree, but I'm not necessarily working in the field after I graduated because I got to get more certificates. So what are some things you need to know before you actually go to college? And before I get into the material, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you receive my uploads, and also comment in the section below so that I can reply back to you and we can make a future video. So the first thing you want to do is research your career. What do you really want to get into? Because you don't really want to go into college taking your GEs, you're still confused, you finish your GEs, and then somebody recommends something that you think you might be interested in, end up finishing about 4 years later and then realize that's not what you wanted to do. So you really have to invest your time in figuring out, alright, what niche do I really want to get into? Do I want to be an engineer? Do I want to be a teacher? Do I want to be a child development major and take care of kids or interact with them? What do I want to do? The second thing you have to do is plan how you're going to get there. Because there will be a lot of classes that you don't really need to take, and you just get pushed anywhere because you don't really know where you're going. If you have a set plan, you know what you're there for, you know the purpose, and you know what classes you do and don't need to take. And to help you out with that also, talk to a counselor. See what you need to do and take to get the credits that you need in order to persevere and keep consistent, try hard, and keep going. The third thing that you want to do, once you graduate from college, get a job so you can save money for your classes. Initially, when I was going to ICT Tech, yeah, I had a job, but I didn't really invest my money, and now I have this loan. And it's hard to pay off a loan when it's $50,000 and you're only making a certain amount of money, and they're expecting the money. So you want to save up your money and then do your research so you can figure out what field you're going into and then invest into yourself. You have to invest in yourself when you're making these decisions, because it makes it a heck of a lot easier when you graduate and you only have a small bill to pay. You get where I'm coming from? The fourth thing you want to do, research whether you want to go to vocational school, college, or university. Because you can go to a community college and then work your way into a university, and it'll be cheaper that way because you've already taken some credits and then jumped over there, versus jumping straight into a university where it's just basically book work theory and not necessarily hands-on. Vocational is strictly hands-on, directly what you're going in for, like engineering, or if you decide to be a cosmetologist, you don't need to have a major degree. You just have a certificate that says that you're a certified cosmetologist, and then you go ahead and do hair or whatever it is you desire to do. When you actually get into college, number 5, be social. And I know nowadays people have a hard time with being social and having social anxiety and meeting new people. Start off by trying to talk to faculty or students and just ask them how they like the campus, what they recommend to eat, so that you can make a few friends. Join a few clubs and see what they're about. Also, while you're getting your GEs out the way, you want to volunteer or shadow someone in the career that you think you're going to get into. Because in that way, you can see whether or not it's for you. Rather than graduating, getting a degree, and at the last minute, maybe a couple of weeks before graduation, you end up like, I really didn't want to do this. Now I want something totally different, but you wasted 4 years to figure that out. That's why it's important that you research your career and what you want to do, but you want to start off working if you haven't decided. If you've decided what you wanted to do, then in your senior year, look up where you want to go to college, talk to some counselors at different campuses. Don't just settle for the advertisement that comes in your emails and says, you should join our campus because we got the best whatever. Because a lot of the times, they are literally low in student count, and they won't give you what you need. And a cheaper school like a community college is affordable. You might want to go there instead of joining this other school that is super expensive and doesn't teach you as much and just gives you a letter grade, and you don't actually receive anything as far as learning capabilities. You want to make sure that the things that you're learning, you're actually utilizing. It's almost like the equivalent to high school where you're taking classes, and then when you get into the real world, you realize, okay, I didn't really need this. What was the purpose? The purpose was, if you were deciding to take your education further and become somebody, you're going to need the material anyway. For example, with me being an electrical engineer, I could be an electrician. But an electrician only goes up to algebra, technically speaking. But if I wanted to create something and then build apps or do a lot of things of inventions and measuring and everything, I would have to go into calculus and trigonometry and learn derivatives. As boring as that sounds, those are things you're going to need. It just depends on how far you're willing to go with whatever you decide to do. So make sure you do a lot of research. Take time out for yourself. You can party here and there, but stay focused. Don't get too caught up in your friends and partying every single weekend. Like, honestly, I realize how good it feels when you actually have control of your life and you tell them, oh no, we'll hang out another time because I got things I gotta do. It sets your mind in a busy schedule like, yo, I'm not wasting my time. I mean, your friends will always be there. And I learned that after college because I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to miss the parties. I'm going to miss this. And I partied. But the thing is, a lot of them are still in the same position. And there's no disrespect to them. They chose their life, And I respect it. But for me personally, I want to be and do something more than just partying every weekend. Or just sitting, chilling at somebody's house when I could actually be in my own place. You know what I mean? You want to strive to be better for the future. So make sure you plan this out. Make sure you get a job so that you can support whatever it is that you're trying to invest in. Save up money for classes so that you don't have this gigantic ass loan at the end of your term. And make sure you volunteer. Get out there so that you know exactly what you want to do. The day in the life of whatever career, go towards it, look and see what they do. If it's what you want to do, then go ahead and pursue it. If it's not, choose a different field. And the GEs are just getting you general education, so there's no stress there. Jaleel Shacklz, have a great day. Deuces.